Hello everyone, so picking off where we last were, we needed to head into Dragonhead, which is where we are now, and to speak with Harshifon to see what he thinks about what happened and whether or not he has any idea of how Elfino and the Warrior of Light, me, Celebrian, can help clear the Scion's names. Master Elfino told me your tale, Celebrian. It warms my heart that you should turn to me before all others. I shall endeavor to deserve your trust. Alas, the situation here has grown more complicated in your absence. It would be best if I explained it in full. Harshifon. In times of trouble, there are a few things more precious than unconditional support.
There has been word from the capital. Ishgard has weathered another assault, and 'tis said several wyverns broke through into the city proper. The temple knights succeeded in slaying the beasts, but the intrusion prompted orders to further strengthen the guard, and to place the city under a perpetual state of alert. How keenly we feel the loss of our wards at the gates of judgment. Yet we must not bemoan our misfortune. Sir Emmerich is safely returned from Ul'dah, and once more leads the defense of Ishgard. As for the matter of your asylum, I am afraid no progress will be made until the threat to our nation is diminished. But do not despair. You are not without allies. You are more than welcome to shelter here for as long as you wish. Pray, think of it as a new headquarters of sorts. The falling snows, or some such. All frivolity aside, any who come here in search of you will receive no aid from House Forton. For once, the Ishgardian reputation for inhospitality shall work in our favor. Agents of Ul'dah will find their every inquiry dismissed, and their every request for entry rebuffed, until such time as their masters have acknowledged your innocence. You once fought to preserve the honor of my dear friend. 'Tis a blessing that I may now repay that debt in kind. But let us dwell no more on this. Pray, join the rest of your companions. 'Tis bitterly cold this day. I suspect there are those who might welcome the warmth your presence brings.
Harshifon, the intercessory awaits, Celebrian. Pray do not keep your companions in suspense. I'm certain their hearts will soar at the sight of you. Elfino. Who managed to escape? And what of those who did not? Well, I guess I will go find out. And Elfino will kind of sulk in self-sorrow over there in the warmth. Greetings, madame. Shall I show you inside? Upon proceeding to the intercessory, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. So, the warnings such as in the last video. So, here we go. Or, now here we go. Or this will pop up and then there we go. Elfino! Celebrian, is it really you? I'm so happy that you are... A sniffle sob. I tried contacting Benfilia and the others, but no one would respond. And then the Crystal Braves, our own people, turned on us in the marketplace. Fleaman told me to run, and so I did. I ran and ran until my lungs burned and my feet ached, but I lost my way and then... Fortunately, I had observed some of the Braves behaving suspiciously beforehand. Hey, Lady Yugiri, I totally forgot about you. And you're not with your mask. Yes, my mask. It was lost in the struggle. Pretty, isn't she? Anyway, after Yugiri found me, we traveled to Vesper Bay and met up with Urianger. When we told him what happened, he used his magics to weave a glamour around the Waking Sands. From the outside, our whole old headquarters now looks like an abandoned storehouse. The transformation didn't take long either. Apparently Urianger started making preparations after the Imperial attack, just in case the Empire ever chose to pay us another visit. Good thinking, eh? I would agree. Sorry, where was I? Oh yes, so we waited there at the Waking Sands, hoping others would come. But no one else did. My people are searching for the other Scions even as we speak, but we have met with no successes yet. I had hoped that you might be able to suggest further places to look. But you should know, the Rising Stones do not share the Waking Sands' good fortune. Only the Crystal Braves await you there. Be that as it may, we yet have cause to hope, do we not? If the two of you escaped, it is not impossible that the others could have done so as well. You may have been forsaken by men and women believed true, but rest assured that the people of Doma yet stand with you. We welcome this opportunity to repay our debts, and shall continue our efforts to locate the others and see the Scions restored to the rightful place of honor.
"'Tis all my doing. I believed myself the only one who truly understood Eorzea's woes, and look what that arrogance has wrought. I gave commands, influenced governments with my certainty. I treated the Crystal Braves, and even the Scions themselves, as pawns in my great scheme to save the realm. But in my headlong rush into imagined glory, I paid no heed to the ground upon which I trod. The salvation of Eorzea. What was it that I hoped to achieve? Did I believe that I could rid the realm of every danger and difficulty? That I could defeat the Empire and the Ascians, and find homes for every refugee? Oh, yes. I was so very clever. Become a guardian of Eorzea, I implored, and sat back to watch my perfect army cleanse the land of chaos, which was all but a means to feed my own vanity. Only when all is lost do I finally realize the truth.
Oh, Alphino.
So, Master Alphino, are you content to remain a broken blade? Is there no flame hot enough to reforge you? What of the fine companions who yet stand at your side? I dare say the fires of their determination will soon have you slicing the air again with your customary wit.
I hardly deserve such friendship. And besides, where are we to go?
Alphino, if I may? Should this place not serve our purpose, then we shall go to Ishgard. Minfilia told me many times, as long as we stand fast against despair, the beacon of hope will never be lost to sight. Be it in the snow or in the clouds, we few will see that the dawn's light shines again.
You are right, Tataru. Thank you. And thank you for your kind words, Lord Orchefon. 'Tis true that Eorzea yet has her guardians. The Scions have achieved much, and 'twould be remiss of me to discard it all in a fit of self-pity. Let us then resume our journey, together. one step at a time.
To all of my children, in whom life flows abundant, to all of my children, to whom death hath passed his judgment, the soul yearns for honor, and the flesh the hereafter. Look to those who walked before, to lead those who walk after. Shining is the land's light of justice. Ever flows the land's well of purpose. Walk free, walk free, walk free. Believe the lamb's alive, so believe.
All has been arranged as you desired, my lord.
Nebralis is no more. The ardor was not his to invoke. His demise was of his own making. Nevertheless, it concerns me. They have extinguished that which should rightly be eternal. Mayhap he was not wholly mistaken. Greater haste may be warranted. We are of one mind. The northern lands, then? The earth is fertile, and the seeds well sown. By my will they shall reap salvation unlike any the world has known. By his will. By his will. I have answered thy summons, emissary. Speak and make thine intent known. I would speak of fate, Archon. Yours, mine, the fate of this very star.
Thou thinkest sanctuary lieth beyond. Delusion, despair, death. Thou shalt find naught else here.
To preserve the dawn's light, the heroes journeyed north. Their hearts filled with hope and eyes fixed Heavensward. And if you hadn't surmised, that was the conclusion of the prelude to Heavensward, so post A Realm Reborn content. And so now we're going to speak with Tataru first, and then Elfino. Tataru, No matter how long it takes, I have faith we will find the others. With Lady Yugiri's shinobi, Runyage's intelligence, and my versatility, there is nothing we cannot do. Elfino. The time for action has come, and Elfino knows what he must do. Coming to Ishgard.
The dawn's light will shine again. So long as we have these specious accusations hanging over us, we will struggle to achieve anything. You must go to Ishgard, as Tataru proposed. I will return to Uldar and set things right.
Pray, do not be so hasty, Master Elfino.
Lord Orchefon.
Full well do I understand your desire to clear your names. But now is not the time for drastic action. You yet have allies upon whom you can rely. There is no need to act alone.
Yes. Yes, of course. Pray forgive my impatience.
I bring tidings. Count Edmont has decreed that the three of you be taken in as wards of House Fortin. Under our patronage, you shall be granted access to the city proper. Pray, consider our manor your new headquarters, from which you may gather information and plan how best to proceed. Needless to say, should any of your missing allies be found, as I am certain they shall, they will of course be welcome to join you there.
You are more than generous, my friend. On behalf of my fellows, I humbly accept your offer of hospitality.
The Count is a good man, and just. He will treat you with the kindness and respect that a hero and dear friend deserves.
To Ishgard, then. Together. There we shall carry on the Scion's legacy. There we shall begin anew.
Hear, hear!
And as you noticed, the sound was different. That is because that is the Heavensward expansion sound for accepting a quest. And so, Tataru. They say the winds can be rather fierce on the steps of faith. Be sure to wrap up before we go. Elfino. Not at all the circumstances under which I had hoped to visit Ishgard for the first time. But so be it. Archifon. Must go on ahead and speak with the Count. Fear not, however, for everything has been arranged. The sentries of the Gates of Judgment have been informed of our decision. You need but state your names, and they will allow you to pass. My manservant shall be waiting for you at the city gates, ready to escort you to our manor, where we shall meet again. Until then. So, we need to go to speak with the Temple Knight Guard at the Steps of Faith. Or Gates of Judgment. Same difference. There. And, as I want to point out, this is part why I wanted this gear for my Chocobo. Because we'll be in Coerthus a lot now. So, we need to go here, Gates of Judgment, and speak with the Temple Knight Gate Guard. Oops, And not Midgard's armor minion. Words of House Forton? Ah, yes, you may pass. Proceed to Ishgard. Yes.
And so they came, at a friend's behest. Heroes once celebrated as saviors of Eorzea, brought low through treachery, their names blackened with royal blood. With memories of the lost and dreams of redemption, with hope yet in their hearts, they came. To Ishgard, shining city on the mount, overlooking the dominion of Kurthus. A great and proud nation, devoted to Halone, the Fury, ruled by Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. The last bastion of the faith, her walls ever bristling with the sworn swords and spears of her 4 high houses. A land that after 1,000 years of war had forgotten what it was to be at peace. Through gates long closed, the warrior of light and her companions passed, entering at last a city whose history was written in blood. In the midst of the Dragonsong War they came, 3 weary travelers whose arrival would set in motion great change. Though none knew then how great.
From the Memoirs of Count Edmond de Forton, Heavensward. And as you see, we have some quests here. And so there's the continuation of the hunt over there, and over here is the class quest for the machinist, and then up here we will also have the class quest for the astrologian over this way. We can't see it right now because we're in this map as per usual, but I will get to that in probably the next video. Elfino. From afar, the spires do not seem so tall. Tataru. Gods, I feel like a child in a giant's castle. Looking at Tataru's perspective. Let's see here. Yep, she is a teeny tiny Lalafell. Anyway, House Forton's manservant. Greetings, Mr. Saragon. On behalf of House Forton, I bid you welcome to Ishgard. My lord humbly requests your presence at his residence in the Pillars, if you all would come with me. And so we are to head into the Pillars over that way. And something I suggest doing is attuning to the Aetherites and the corresponding shards that are located variously throughout Ishgard. And this shall be my new home point for now. Until I level up a character and need the home point for something else. So I'm just gonna go and attune to the shards that are nearby here. And something amusingly, you see these kids here? Well, he's throwing a snowball, or was at that one. And look at that, now they're throwing them at me. Aren't they nice kids? So, now that we're on the pillar side, you will see we have the quest here as well. And I'm actually not sure what that is. But this is for the astrologian. I'm not sure what that is. But anyways, this is the next part of Ishgard. And we'll see a lot of it in later times. And I'm gonna actually attune to that aetheryte before I forget. Aside from the cold, the Ishgard area is probably my favorite city-state. Well, not city-state. City in the game. I really like the landscaping, the architecture, so on and so forth. And I'm gonna tune to this shard, and then I'm gonna speak to Harshifant, who's over there. Tataru. Is it just me, or is the air up here different? You can almost smell the wealth and power. God, it makes me feel faint. Elfino. To look upon the splendor of these heights, one would little suspect the ruin wrought by the wyverns below. And of course, it's nighttime, so you can't see how pretty it is during the daytime. But hopefully, well, it'll be daytime by the time we're done talking to Harshifant here, probably. The Warrior of Light and her brave companions walking the streets of Ishgard at last. What a glorious sight! I cannot tell you how long I have waited for this day. Allow me to present to you my family home, Fortin Manor. I should like nothing more than to show you around, but everyone is gathered to receive you. Come, my friends, introductions must be made.
My lord, I have returned with the Scions.
I hope your journey was not too taxing. I, Count Edmond de Fortomp, do bid you welcome. As wards of House Fortomp, you shall be afforded every courtesy. My home is your home.
My companions and I are deeply honored, Count Fortin.
The honor is mine, Master Alphino. Consider it an expression of our gratitude for your service to Ishgard.
Forgive me, my lord, but are you not concerned? To accept foreign guests at such a juncture, especially ones with our reputation.
Do not worry yourself on my account. 'Tis true that Ishgard's first thought has ever been the war effort, hence the closing of our borders. Yet it is in troubled times most of all that men should seek allies, don't you think? Granted, my decision will have raised eyebrows in the vault and in the halls of the other high houses. But so long as you continue with your altruistic endeavors, I doubt my honored peers will feel moved to voice their concerns.
Then there is naught to fear. Though our numbers are much reduced, we are no less determined to carry on our work.
Full glad am I to hear it. But before you return to your labors, why not take a tour of the city? You would do well, I think, to acquaint yourselves with your new surroundings. After all, you may be here for some time.
Tataru. So this is what the inside of the manor of the High House looks like. To think that Lord Horshifa was raised here. And to take a look-see around. At the behest of Tataru's suggestion. Unfortunately, we never see further other than this room, but... And speaking with Count Edmond de Forton. As I said before, my home is your home. After all you have done on our behalf, it is the least I can offer. Arterel. Greetings, Scion, and welcome. We are honored by your presence. Lane. They'll be whispering about you soon, if they aren't already. The mysterious guests of House Forton, or some such. That's good to know. House Forton Steward. Greetings, Mr. Saragon. How may I be of assistance? And blah 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 blah. Horshifa. So what do you think? Be honest. It's great, isn't it? I'd say so. And I think this one says something slightly different. Nope, he's just the same as that one, kind of. Although this one gives you a bit more history and whatnot. Anyway, Elfino. And we get our first set of gear. Woo. And... interesting. This is for the Lancer Dragoon. Buglist Monk and Samurai. And the Rogue and Ninja. And gee, I wonder which one I'm going with. Elfino has a mind to learn more about Ishgard. That reminds me, I have class quests I can do now. Though our friends in House Forton have been generous enough to extend us their protection, we must take care not to impose too much on their hospitality. It is only proper that we learn about our new home so that we might become more self-sufficient. Oh, it'll take a while to learn the lay of the land, but learn it we must. Then there's the markets and taverns. We'll need to know where to shop and where to hear small talk. It would seem a tour of the city is indeed in order. I thank you for your counsel, my lord. My companions I shall, of course, do as you suggest. Very good. Then my manservant shall accompany you. He will be able to answer any questions you might have. Ah, but I grow forgetful in my dotage. There is something I must give you ere we part. Their documentation is in order, I trust? Yes, my lord. These documents identify you as wards of House Forton. Given that our borders have remained closed for decades, many of my countrymen are unaccustomed to trading with foreigners. Should anyone happen to question your presence here, it may prove necessary to remind them that you remain under the protection of House Forton, but let us hope it shall not come to that. Rest assured that we shall do our utmost to avoid any situation which might compel us to invoke your name. Celebrian, Tataru, the city awaits. Let's go! The Holy See of Ishgard, the Pillars. And... Elfino. I confess it had long been a dream of mine to visit Ishgard. To my childish self, her towers, bridges, and cobbled streets seemed akin to something from a fairy tale. I've never quite grown the fantasy. Tataru. I'm glad I have a map. House Fortin, manservant. As this is your first time in our fair city, pray permit me to show you to the Hoplawn, from whence we may gaze upon the splendor of the Holy Vault, though all other sights pale in comparison. 'Tis only meet that you see it first. I shall then show you around the jeweled crozier, where you may purchase all manner of goods and services. Before descending to Foundation's Aetheryte Plaza, there are no questions. And so as we go touring about, I will attune to the remaining shards that I have not yet attuned to. So our first stop is up there. That's rude. They're awfully fond of statues, aren't they? Hey, what if I took up sculpting? Bet you could make a fortune at a place like this. And we need every gil we can get. Elfino, the Holy Vault, where Archbishop Thordan VII rules from on high. House Fortin, manservant. The Hoplawn, so named for the bronze great shield borne by our nation's patron deity, is the largest plaza in Ishgard. The magnificent cathedral to the north is, of course, the Holy Vault. The vault is both Ishgard's seat of government and the residence of the Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Begging your pardon, the statues to the south, are they perchance Thordan's famed Knights 12? Very good, Master Elfino. They are the fathers of Ishgard, the brave knights who joined King Thordan I to put down Nidhogg and found this great nation. Ours is a city rich in history and tradition. There is much you can learn by exploring the pillars. Time permitting, of course. Now then, if you would follow me to the jeweled crozier, I shall introduce you to Mistress Elise, our master of the markets. Or Alize. Names. I'll just see what this is for now. So it said, after witnessing a spectacle like that, everyday life seems rather dull in comparison. So you... Oh! This is the Dark Knight quest! I should have known that. So you didn't see that trial earlier. Oh, your loss. Fury take me, the way the heretic swung that slab of iron he called a sword was a sight to behold. He couldn't have carried a shield if he'd wanted to. The blade was so big. Had to keep two hands on it at all times. I was amazed he managed to keep up with the Temple Knight for as long as he did. Fight like a demon from the deepest pit of the seventh hell, bellowing threats and working his arts. I was sure what to make of it at first, but then I heard someone say that he must be a Dark Knight. But you didn't hear that from me, eh? In fact, I'm sure I don't know anything about it. Press the man for details? Yes. Hey gods, are you mad? We're standing outside the bloody tribunal! Fine, fine, but keep quiet and listen well, because I'm only going to say this once. So, the next place we need to go is over there. And as you figured out, I decided to leave the Dark Knight quest, as I said earlier, for the next video. And it's soon to be daytime in this area, and so we will have a good view of how it looks here. And to demonstrate, that's a Dark Knight. And I didn't want to go this way. I wanted to go this way. I could hop down over there, but yeah. So, over here is the merchant area. And we have another Aetheryte shard right here. And as you can see, retainer vocat, market board, random people. Oh no. Not a single scorched stone in sight. To watch these merchants going about their business, one would think that dragons had never attacked. Hataru. If you want to buy something, let me do the talking. I could haggle for Ulda. House Forton, manservant. Present to you Mistress Elise. Elise. We'll call her Elise. Mayhap you would like to say a few words. I guess so. Elise. Or Elise. I don't know. Well, you're well, you're clearly not locals or traveling peddlers. Which makes you all... Wards of the House Forton. Ah, Wards of House Forton. How very interesting. Count Edmond has agreed to, has granted us to leave... Count Edmond has granted us leave to remain in Ishgard for as long as we wish, which may be some time. Accordingly, we will have need of sundry goods, hence our desire to make your acquaintance. That is, of course, assuming you're content to accept the custom of foreigners. Should you be uncomfortable... Young sir, we do not discriminate in the matters of money. If you have coin to spend, who are we to refuse it? Weapons, armor, accoutrements... medicine, materials, whatever you desire. It can be found in the crozier, whatever. Our merchants will be more than happy to accommodate you, as you shall soon see. Our next destination is the Aetheryte Plaza Foundation, if everyone is ready. Elise. Small talk. Warm welcome to you, miss. Please feel free to visit our many shops. You are bound to find something to satisfy your very need. Every need? Very need? Every need. Why did I say very? Oh dear. Trim mundane. Once I was head steward of to Ishgard's finest house. Now I work as a shopkeeper's assistant. Such is life, I suppose. At least I still have the strength to toil. Poor comfort though that is. And we have an independent jeweler. I'll take 2 of everything in gold and silver. Aren't we rich? And we have the armorer, the armsmender, the weaponsmith, and mentioning the mender, I should probably talk to the mender. Just in case I need to repair stuff. And we have the might you have aught for boils, miss? Big ones? The apothecary, whatever, your healer person. Cravery for foods and stuff. Fieldcraft supplier. Merchant and mender. Wait, there's 2 of them? Huh. Random people. And so heading to the foundation area. And so this is this area. It's the kind of industrial area, I think. At least that is in that area. And we'll attune to this. And so that... Oh, I guess that we had to attune to all of them. You have attuned yourself to all the Aetheryte shards in Ishgard. The gates of judgment are now accessible as an Aetheryte destination. Hooray! You have now access to gate blah 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 blah. Oops. So we need to head over there. This way. Pretty fountain. And holy crap, that's tall. Up. Alphino. Oh, I have already attuned myself to the Aetheryte. I trust you have as well. Tataru, do you ever get a funny tingling feeling when you attune to an Aetheryte, or is it just me? No? So it is just me. Elsforton, manservant. And here we have Foundation's Aetheryte Plaza. If you have yet to attune to the Aetheryte, it would be wise to do so now. And here we have the options of those, and I'm yoinking that. Alphino. You're saying the same thing. Elsforton, whatever. Manservant. And here we have the options for the jester hats, I call them. For your arcanist, bard, machinist, conjurer, white mage, scholar, astrologian, and then this one is for your thaumaturge. Oh, sorry, that's archer, bard, a machinist. I was like, what? This is our thaumaturge, arcanist, black mage, summoner, red mage, and blue mage. So your caster classes, your healing classes, and your ranged DPS classes. Anyway, your guide is eager to continue your tour of Ishgard. And of course it's like foggy. As for the next destination, mayhap we should decide together. What else can be found nearby? Or mayhap we should. Not perhaps we should. The Sky Steel Manufactory stands to the west. There are engineers conceived and manufacture weapons. Conceive and manufacture weapons for use against the dragons. The holy stables where chocobos are trained for war also lie in that direction. To the north and east can be found the congregation of our knights most heavenly, while to the south and east, well, it would be best if you avoided that area. And why is that? I fear our knights may not be able to ensure your safety in the lowest levels, Master Alphino. Hold your nose when you pass the broom, little lord. A delicate flower like you is like to wilt in our fumes. You misjudge me, sir, for I am no lord, but a humble traveler. Oh, come to see the sights, have you? Take a turn down the hoplon and gawp at the statues? Well, if you have a mind to learn how the better half live, come and have a drink at the Forgotten Knight, if your nursemaid'll let you. My humblest apologies, Master Alphino. Pray pay that drunken lout no mind. Oh, but I must. It would not do to refuse such a heartfelt invitation. Yes, I simply must see this Forgotten Knight for myself. I trust you see the wisdom in this, Lebrian. There are a few sources of information more abundant than a bustling local hostelry. Not that I expect to hear any news of our missing comrades just yet. Nevertheless, who can say what we might learn of recent events? Then I'm coming too! So, to this Forgotten Knights we go. Which is over there. And in here. And here we have this quest, and I'm gonna pick this up quickly because it is pretty quick. Etienne is looking you up and down and grinning. Well, 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 what have we here? You look like you've seen a scrap or two. My name's Etienne, and I'm a proud member of Clan Centurio, the toughest band of warriors this side of the steppes. You'll have heard of the Hunt, right? The grand companies run it in the rest of Eorzea, but up here it's the clan's concern. We follow the same system, but we're free to pick our own marks. Reckon you've got the speed, the strength, and the heart to take down some of the most ferocious fiends this side of the Seventh Hell? If you think you're up to the challenge, head downstairs and have a word with Ardolaine. He'll fill you in on the details. And so the stairs are over here, or you can simply jump down, as you might have seen one of the other individuals do. Good morrow to you, young lady. How can I be of service? Oh, so you fancy trying your hand at the hunt, do you? Well, if Etienne reckons you're up to it, it isn't for an old man like me to say elsewise. Me and him are members of Clan Centurio, a ragtag band of glory hunters, mercenaries, and has-beens, brought together by Sir Leodaist, one of Ishgard's most noble of nobles. Whenever a monster grows too big for its boots, we're the ones who risk our necks to take it down. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. As long as you can wield a weapon and don't fear death, you'll always be welcome in the clan. Take me, for instance. I was born 1,000 miles from here, but now I'm the one showing the new recruits the ropes. So how about it, young lady? Will you be joining us in the hunt? If the fame and glory is not enough for you, perhaps the rich rewards on offer might change your mind. Then welcome to the clan. What was your name again? Slebrin, is it? Alright then, I'll put your name in the book. Now I suppose you'll be wanting to take a look at some of our marks. Head up those stairs and out the door. The clan hunt board is on the wall outside, round to the left. You'd better stick to the level 1 marks for the nonce. No point running before you can walk. AKA, the one's closer to level 50 as opposed to the ones closer to level 60. Hunt board. Clan Hunt Board is covered in bills showing the details of wanted monsters. Follow Delaine's advice and pick any level 1 clan mark bill that takes your fancy. Except you don't have to do it, and the quest is completed at this point. Clan Hunt's now accessible. As a new member of Clan Centurio, you are permitted to take bills for level 1 clan marks from the Clan Hunt Board. Defeat the monsters described on the bills and you will be rewarded with Centurio seals, which can be exchanged for exclusive items. To exchange Centurio seals or to learn more about the hunt, speak with Ardolaine in the Forgotten Night. And we also have a quest from Eustacia, apparently. Eustacia thinks you're ready to hit new heights in your hunting career. So you're Slebrin, are you? I can see why that old rogue Etienne signed you up. You've got the fire of a born hunter burning in your eyes. I'll wager those level 1 marks don't offer much of a challenge to a burly girl like you. You'll be wanting to spice things up a little, am I right? Then what are you waiting for? Head down to Ardolaine and tell him you're ready for more. And just as an example of what we could get, Domain gear. So this is the sword. And this is the shield. And since I'm samurai, I might as well try the samurai sword. Katana, sorry. Technically it's still a sword, but it's called a katana. And it's sheathed. Interesting. And then obviously there's Domain gear. And there's also artifact gear. Anyway. We'll talk to Ardolaine. Oh-ho, so Eustacia reckons you're ready to move on to bigger and better things, does she? If that girl had her way, we'd be throwing babes into the river to sort out the swimmers from the sinkers. Still, she might be onto something this time. Alright, I'll give you a chance, but level 2 marks ain't nothing to be sniffed at, understand? Let your guard down even for an instant, and they'll hand your posterior to you on a platter. Take a look at the clan hunt board, and you'll see what kind of beasts I'm talking about. So, we'll go and do that. And we need to be a level 56. And so I'll switch to my gladiator so we can finish that quest. The clan hunt board is covered in bills showing the details of wanted monsters. If you think you have what it takes, try testing your mettle against a level 2 mark. You are now permitted to take bills for level 2 clan marks from the clan hunt board. And now to speak with Tataru. Yes, I've got a good feeling about this place. Alphino. Mayhap one drink would be... No, I mustn't. As for Tom, manservant, once more I must urge you to reconsider. There are several gentlemen who appear less than pleased by our presence. Meh. Must say, this is rather unusual. Not just one, but a whole party of fresh new faces in my tavern. We but recently arrived in Ishgard and are eager to acquaint ourselves with her more notable establishments, Master... Gribblerant. Just Gribblerant will do. I'm flattered you think so highly of my establishment, and promise to live up to your expectations, but if it's decent food and drink you're after, you could do much worse. Judging by the number of customers I see, I suspect your fare is rather more than decent. Speaking of your clientele, I could not help but note a difference between those who frequent the upper and lower floors. Spotted that, did you? Aye, up here you'll find peddlers, porters, off-duty knights, and so forth, dropping in on their way to or from somewhere else. Regulars, maybe, but not locals. Folks from the Broom, they tend to congregate downstairs where we offer a menu more suited to their tastes. Cheaper meals, stronger spirits, all quality mind, but not the sort of stuff I'd recommend to yourself. You speak of the lowest levels, yes? Why do they call them the Broom? Brum, if I may ask. 'Cause when the weather's foul and the broom rolls in thick, it's the poor sods living at the bottom who have to deal with it. I see. And it's not just the weather. When the wyverns broke through the wards and started tearing up the city, it was the broom that got the worst of it, while the pillars enjoyed the protection of the high houses and the temple knights. More than a few people are still sore about that, mind, which is why, considering your present company, I'd recommend you keep your wits about you if you mean to go below, and something sharp in your boot just to be sure. I shall take your words to heart, sir. Master Alphino, I think it would be best if we return to Fort Tom Manor. You go on ahead without me. I'm staying for a drink or two. Miss Tataru, I'm afraid that is out of the question. My lord, the Count, would never forgive me if I abandoned one of his charges in such a place, least of all a maiden. What are you up to, Tataru? Look around, Alphino. This tavern is full of people whose business regularly takes them beyond the gates of judgment. With friends like that, I could practically live here and wait for the newest gossip to come to me. Indeed, but will you be safe here on your own? Oh, please, do you know how often I looked after the waking sands and the rising stones by myself? If I had a gill for every unwelcome caller I've driven away, I'd be rich beyond my wildest dreams. I'll be fine. Not that I doubt the lady's knack for fending off unwanted advances, but I'll be darned if I'm going to let anyone lay an unwelcome hand on a patron in my establishment. That settles it then. Tataru, Celebra and I shall return to the manor for now. Contact me by link pearl if you require assistance. I will! Tataru. Don't you worry, Celebrine. If there's any news of our friends, I'll find it. And so I need to speak with the House Forton gatekeeper. Well, come, Mistress Aragon. Shall I show you inside the manor? Enter Forton Manor. Artyrel. How do you find our city? Beautiful, is it not? Emmanuel Lane. Is that Sniff? Aye, it is the smell of mead. Newly come and already sampling the delights of our taverns. Oh yes, I like you. I like you a lot. Honorable. Ah, pray do not concern yourself with me, madame. Count Edmond de Forton. Tell us then, Master Alphino. Does Ishgard meet with your expectations? That which I imagined pales in comparison to the reality. I felt the weight of 1,000 years of history with every step I took, and when those steps took me past the scars left by the wyverns and foundation, I understood how easily that history could end in tragedy. The attack was devastating, the casualties unspeakable. The wyverns did not discriminate. Unarmed men and women, even children were given no quarter. Sir Emmerich has ordered his knights to strengthen our defenses, and each house has been called upon to lend what support it can. There is much to be done, yet alas, able-bodied men and women are in short supply. Mayhap we could be of assistance, my lord. After all you have done for us, we would welcome any opportunity to repay your kindness. That is a most generous offer, Master Elfino. You are guests in my home, to whom I have extended my hospitality, without obligation, let or lien. Nevertheless, Ishgard's needs is great, and if you are willing to aid our cause, I cannot well refuse. Good. What would you ask of us? From what I have heard, you are an intelligent and persuasive young man. Such qualities may prove most useful to us in our efforts to secure provisions from foreign sources, identifying trustworthy suppliers, brokering contracts, and so on. As for you, Mistress Aragon, I would ask for no better than a storied veteran such as yourself, one with the capacity to act swiftly and decisively when needed, to aid our Tyrell and Elaine in their duties. I beg your pardon? I am more than capable of carrying out my duty by myself. I have no need of our honored guest's assistance. Now, be reasonable, brother. What manner of fool would say no when a famous hero offered to do his work? Hold your tongues. By the Fury, the two of you will conduct yourselves with dignity befitting your station and show Mistress Aragon the respect she deserves. This is the woman who slew Gaius van Belsar and some half-dozen primals besides. She is not here to steal your glory or serve as your errand girl. If you can pardon them their impropriety, Mistress Aragon, I should be much obliged if you would lend my sons a helping hand. My thanks. Fury willing, they may even learn something from you. Emanueline. I look forward to working with you, Slubrin. It's going to be grand. Mineral. Please look after Lord Emmeline, Mistress Aragon. And... oh, the other brother is here. Arteriel. Forgive me, Mistress Aragon. I was unprepared for my father's decision. No worries. I getcha. Elfino, 'twould seem we shall not want for employment over the coming days. Well, that was never in doubt. Our host's initial reluctance to accept our offer of aid was solely for appearance's sake. In truth, he is glad of this opportunity to put us to work. By granting us patronage, House Fortin has taken a tremendous risk. Until we demonstrate our worth to Ishgard at large, the Count will face considerable opposition from his peers in matters great and small, and so he would have us publicly serve Ishgard, while simultaneously keeping his sons in check. 'Tis an arrangement we may benefit from in unexpected ways. My own duties may feasibly bring me into contact with people who know something of our missing comrades. As you go about helping our two lords with their various responsibilities, you'll inevitably make new acquaintances in Ishgard, mayhap even new allies. Yes, the more I think on it, the more confident I am that by furthering their goals, we shall further our own. And we have the options of the hats, and I'll just go with the scholar one just because. And so we have two class quests, one for Emmanuel and one for Arteriel. And just because I happen to be right there, Emmanuel. When a man like Lord Emmanuel is in high spirits, you can be sure that trouble is in store. Dun dun dun. Shall we be off then, old girl? But where are my manners? Emmanuel de Fortin, second son of Count Edmond de Fortin. Trueborn, that is. Yes, I know what you're thinking, and you're absolutely right. What ill fortune to be born second in a society where the eldest inherits all. Oh, my brother would never cut me off, 'tis true, but who could be satisfied subsisting on a meager allowance, forever overshadowed by his sibling? Not I, old girl, not I. Which is why I need your help to ensure that this business in the Sea of Clouds goes swimmingly, so that the tales of my great deeds can win me a place in the people's hearts, or better yet, raise me higher in their estimations than our Terrell. Ambitious, I grant you, but then I do have a legendary hero to do my bidding. Oh, don't look at me that way. I jest. Anyway, we are to aid the good men and women of House Hale and Art. They have ever been steadfast friends to our house, though they've fallen on hard times since the calamity. Poor blighters. As for what precisely we will be doing, well, what fun would it be if I told you everything in advance? Just come along with me to the airship landing. We'll need to take the airship to Camp Cloudtop. And Arturel. Lord Arturel is less than eager to brief you on his mission. Let us begin anew, Mistress Aragon. I am Sir Arturel de Fortin, eldest son of Count Edmond de Fortin. You will forgive me my outburst, I hope. I meant no disrespect. I merely consider myself equal to the duties entrusted to me, unlike some. Archifon has spoken of you often. If you are even half the woman he claims, I shall be glad to have you at my side. To the matter at hand, then, we will assist my esteemed compatriots of House Durandare and Zmael. You are aware of our friendly rivalry, I take it? Aye, well, suffice it to say, the prospect of assisting said houses does not fill me with joy. However, it is the will of the Holy See that we set aside our differences at this crucial juncture, but we shall speak more of that anon. First, we must needs secure transport to Falcon's Nest. Let us make for the Chocobo stables and foundation. And we will most likely help with the Falcon's Nest area first. And so I'll head over to the stables. And as you can see, we have side quests. But I will leave the side quests for the next video. And I'll also leave me going to the stables for the next video as well. So, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching!